Welcome back, Steeler Nation, man. Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of the Steelers Before Play. This is Week 9. Pittsburgh Steelers facing off against the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football. And let me just say this. I hate Thursday Night Football. I really do. I mean, sometimes the games are kind of entertaining. I mean, for your viewing pleasure, sure, you don't have to wait all week. But I don't like it for the players. I do not like it for the players, and that's for every single team. That is too much stress to put back on your body, playing a game on Sunday and then turning around and physically playing again on Thursday. I don't like it. But whatever. That is the NFL, and as some of you may or may not know, the Steelers will actually have 2 Thursday night games this year. And I don't know if that's widespread throughout the league. I haven't checked that, but I know the Steelers would be doing it twice. I just do not like it. But anyway, let's just get into some of these quick topics here. We're really just going to look at the injury report, and then I'm just going to give you my keys to victory, things that I feel like the Steelers will need to do if they want to secure victory, if they want to advance to 5-3 versus being 4-4. So like I said, the first thing we're going to take a look at, man, is we're going to look at the injury report. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm basically just looking at Wednesday. So what you see there is from Wednesday as far as at the top of the screen. And as you can see, guys, we have Kenny Pickett, who did practice on Wednesday. He was a full participant. We have DeMonte KZ, which I like to call number 23 because he has not played up to his name. So number 23 was full as well. He was dealing with a hand injury. Anthony McFarland was full. That is interesting. We'll see if Anthony McFarland is activated. At the moment that I'm recording this video, I don't think he's been activated yet, but he did practice. We have number 29, a.k.a. Levi Wallace, was limited. Minkah Fitzpatrick, of course, did not practice with the hamstring. And look at this. Cam Haywood was a full participant, and Cam Haywood also was activated back to the 53-man roster off of IR. So that sounds like Cam Haywood will be playing, and boy, do we need it. But I'll get to that in a moment. In terms of the guys who are, may or may not be out, as we take a look at that, obviously, guys, number 29 is questionable, so we'll see if he plays or not. Did not play Sunday as well, so we already know that. But then, of course, Minkah Fitzpatrick, who did get injured in Sunday's game, obviously dealing with the hamstring, he's not going to play, and that is a huge loss. It is definitely a huge loss. And again, as of right now, as I'm recording this footage, I have not heard whether or not Minkah Fitzpatrick has been placed on IR. I would say it's a good sign if he does not go to IR because the hamstring injury, I guess, wouldn't be as significant. If he does end up on IR or if he's already there, then that is a huge blow because you guys know that when that happens, I believe the player has to miss at least 4 games, I think. I think it's 4 games, but correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But yeah, man, there you have it. So let's take a look at the Titans. Let me scroll down to those guys. We'll also take a look at who practiced for them on Wednesday. Let me make sure it's in you guys' view. Looks like I got to scroll down just a bit to get everybody. Well, let me scroll back up just a bit. So on Wednesday, there was Chris Hubbard, did not practice with a concussion. Anthony Kendall was full as a cornerback. A wide receiver, Chris Moore, was full, and he was out. It had nothing to do with play. It was more non-injury related. Ryan Tannehill with ankle did not practice, so you can expect that we're probably going to see Levis again this week. Danico Autry was on rest, so obviously he's going to play. Derrick Henry was a full participant with an ankle. DeAndre Hopkins did not practice, dealing with the toe. Cornerback Roger McCreary, hamstring, was limited. Big time injury right here, or basically practice. Jeffrey Simmons was limited with an ankle. Running back Tajay Spears did practice full with an ankle, and safety Mike Brown was full. He has an ankle as well. And then Sean Murphy Bunting was full with the thumb injury. And then tight end Josh Wowley, I'm not sure how they pronounce his name. He was full. He was dealing with the concussion. And let's scroll back up and see how their game status players look. Looks like Chris Hubbard is out with a concussion. Ryan Tannehill obviously is out. DeAndre Hopkins is questionable with the toe. So let's keep an eye on that. Cornerback Roger McCreary is out with the hamstring. And safety Mike Brown is also out with an ankle. Now, I'll be honest in saying I'm not fully aware of the Titans. I don't know their roster like that. I don't know if Mike Brown is a starter. I believe McCreary is a starter. I definitely know that Chris Hubbard was starting in place of other guys that are injured and banged up on their offensive line. So with him being out, the Titans are dealing with some struggles on their offensive line, particularly on the exterior, the tackles. So one of the keys to victory that I think the Steelers will have to do is they'll have to rush the passer. I think they will have a huge, significant advantage with TJ Watt, as well as Alex Highsmith. Also, if Cam Hayward is back in the fold, and all of the other guys that can contribute with the pass rush ability, particularly in sub packages, guys like Leal, if he's able to come in, guys like Martravius Adams, as well as guys like Larry Ogunjobi, but definitely on the outside, TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith need to pressure the quarterback and really dominate this particular offensive line. If they can do that, that's going to go a long way with the Steelers' chance of victory. The reason why I say that, guys, because I am definitely concerned with the secondary. There's no secret. A lot of us are. With Patrick Peterson, an aging veteran, it's just not playing fast out there. We all know that. And when he's the opposite corner, or if number 29 is the opposite corner, opposite of Joey Porter Jr., you don't feel great about the matchups, right? Does the Titans receiver scare me? No, but there's one receiver in particular who's still the guy, DeAndre Hopkins. Nuke is still a bad boy. Was able to put up 3 touchdowns last week, right? Got to respect his game, man. And again, the way our secondary has been playing, particularly guys outside of Joey Porter Jr., and definitely in this past game against the Jags, once Minkah Fitzpatrick went down, I do not have confidence in number 23 and him being the post safety. I do not have confidence in number 31 and him being the other safety. I don't. And no disrespect to this guy, I'm not going to call him a number because he's not normally a defensive player, but Miles Killebrew, I can't say I have faith in him against the pass either. It's not really his strong suit. So I have some concerns. And the biggest concerns is if you look at Levis and what he was able to do with the Titans, all of those plays were basically him airing it out. Deep shots. They're going to try to throw it deep. So can the Steelers run with these guys and cover the back end? That is going to be the question. I went back and I watched the game against the Falcons. And again, let me just tell you what Tennessee is doing and pretty much what they've done even with Tannehill. They are a heavy play action team. They run play action a lot. So it's going to be imperative that the Steelers do the most obvious statement that I'm going to make here. They've got to stop the run. They cannot allow King Henry to get going. They just can't. Is Derrick Henry going to get some yards? Sure he will. Is he going to have some moments? I'm sure. But they need to limit that because, again, what they were doing with Levis a lot was running play action, and it was working. And most of his big-time plays, if not all, were deep shots. There was one touchdown to DeAndre Hopkins that was kind of like a quick slant or a drag or something of that nature, just crossing the field. It was quick. Didn't really have to throw it that far, but most of those touchdowns and the big explosive plays were deep shots down the field. Even the one that the tight end dropped. There was another deep shot down the field, and their tight end, Awangnu, I think his name is, he dropped it. But the other 2 touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins, the one to that other receiver, I think it was number 15. I think, not quite sure of the name of the receiver, but that was a deep shot. Levis is throwing that thing up and just air yardage, 50 plus yards or so. Like, he looks like he has somewhat of a cannon. So I would expect that they're going to do the same thing, or at least come with the same approach and try to air it out deep against the Steelers, who have struggled in the secondary. Remember that game against Matt Stafford and the Rams, and how he, was able to spin out of the contain of Alex Highsmith and throw it deep to Tutu Atwell, and number 29 got lost. Yeah, those are the things that concern me about this game, as well as Derrick Henry. So it's imperative that the Steelers find a way to keep a bottle cap or bottle up that run. They need to keep a lid on it, man. They need to keep a lid on it. Do not let Derrick Henry get going, because the play action is way more effective when Derrick Henry is more than just a threat. It's more effective when he's been a threat in game, where he's already been rushing it significantly. Then play action is going to work that much better. So that is the biggest key to victory. Like I said, I think the Steelers have an opportunity, man, to get after Levis. Make it difficult, make the rookie quarterback earn his keep. I know everyone is praising him for the 4 touchdowns. And again, if you watch the game, honestly, and see, some of you guys want to get on me when I say these things, but I'm making eye test statements. I don't think Levis did anything phenomenal as far as making the money throw. No, he threw the ball deep and, was pretty accurate. But what I'm saying is he was just taking deep shots. Like how Big Ben Roethlisberger would just drop back and throw that thing deep downfield? That's what he was doing. And his guys were getting behind the defense. So it made it easy for them to either run into the ball or wait for the ball to get to them, because they were just blowing past the defense and they were wide open. So that's what I mean when I say it wasn't like he was making these dart throws or nicing them up or killing the zone. It was schemed well with play action, and play action was working to a T. These dudes were wide open. And on that first touchdown to DeAndre Hopkins, I think that was offensive pass interference on Terrell, because he basically headlocked and moved about the way. Don't know how they didn't call that. But anyway, that's going to be the biggest key to victory, man. Looks like he just likes to chuck that thing downfield. If you can keep the run game under control, I do think we have an advantage to be able to get pressure on him with the beat-up offensive line that the Titans are dealing with. On the opposite side of the ball, it's simple. Najee Harris is going to have to be our version of Derrick Henry, if you will. The big back that's averaging 4 or 5 yards a touch, falling forward. We're going to need to establish the run game, man. Listen, Kenny is banged up. It looks like he's going to play. He said he was going to play. We can't get into a situation where we are just dropping back. You got to protect the quarterback. Our offensive line just hasn't been the greatest running the football, and, facing off against a guy like Jeffrey Simmons, that Tennessee front is stout with the guys that they put out there. So we're going to have to try to find a way to be effective running the football, because really what it needs to be, man, this particular game, we need to try to keep it low scoring in terms of their offense, rough and tough, smash mouth type of game. Can we win the time of possession? Can this be a possession game for the Steelers offense? Can we execute some of those plays that we didn't execute Sunday against Jacksonville? Some of those plays that, yes, I'm going to say it, Matt Canada actually schemed up and we didn't hit on him. Can we play with a lead? I'll say that. How about that? That's the biggest key offensively. The Steelers need to play with a lead. If we can do that, that means that we're forcing the Titans to be a little more one-dimensional, forcing them off of that run game a bit if we can maintain a lead. So I would hope this offense can find a way to get it together. Strike first, play with the lead, and I think we have a chance. Because like I said, I do think our guys are going to be able to put pressure on Levis. And we're going to have to, because like I said, I do not trust the secondary outside of Joy Porter Jr. And Joy Porter Jr. is going to make mistakes because he's a rookie. So there you have it, man. That's all I got. We'll see how the game turns out. Of course, for you guys that may be seeing this for the first time, I will be doing a Steelers versus Titans post-play, or the after-play as I call it. So immediately after the game, I will be doing a quick knee-jerk reaction video to what transpired on the field, and hopefully we're talking about a victory. All right, so definitely, guys, let me hear your thoughts in the comments. How do you think the game is going to go? What are your keys to victory? And I'll be sure to read them and comment to them as well. if I get a chance. But outside of that, man, enjoy the game tonight. Hey, if you like what you saw here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification. Can I start over? I said notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Turn on those notifications right here. Bam. Like, subscribe, notifications. 3 things, 3 simple things. If you could just do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Outside of that, I will catch you guys later on tonight. Enjoy the game. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.